In this week's episode of the Level Up Lounge, we are joined by Chris Casmassa, and we talk birthday parties, the product on the mat, and overweight karate instructors. Tune in now.
You're listening to the Level Up Lounge podcast.
Level up.
Level up. Level up.
Level up.
Level up. You're listening to the Level Up Lounge podcast.
Welcome to episode 17 of the Level Up Lounge. I am super excited to be joined by none other than Chris Casmassa. Chris has been a staple in the martial arts industry for the longest time, and he's doing big things not only in our industry, but also in the fitness industry as well. And we're really excited to hear his input on everything from birthday parties to creating a great product on the mat. And then we even delve into a pretty controversial topic, but something that needs to be discussed. And I won't give it away now, but I'll let you guys check it out in the interview. And then right after our interview, we will do our punch in the face segment.
Punch in the face.
And today, I am going on a rant about a huge pet peeve that I'm seeing with martial arts school owners. So I am looking forward to you hearing that. But first, let's jump into this awesome interview with Chris Casmassa. All right, guys, I am super excited to be joined by Chris Casmassa, the guy that I grew up watching on Mortal Kombat and WMAC Masters. Chris, thanks for joining us. How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome, Adam. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. I know you're a busy guy. For the people, if for some reason someone listening has not heard of you, which I don't know how that could happen, can you just give us a brief history of sort of your background in the martial arts?
Absolutely, yeah. I started training in the martial arts when I was 4 years old, so I've pretty much been doing this my entire life. I fell in love with it at an early age because my father was my instructor, and of course, growing up, my dad was also my hero, so I always wanted to be around him. My dad's the one that created our system and style of martial arts called Red Dragon Karate. We've got 12 locations out here in Southern California now, and been doing this since 1965. And so, I've worked and trained in the martial arts my entire life. It's something that I always wanted to do, and I like I said, I knew from a very early age that I wanted to do it. Now I help my dad oversee ops for our schools out here in Southern California, and I also help school owners around the country grow their business and try and live a better lifestyle by teaching and training in the martial arts.
That's awesome. Now, I haven't really talked about this before, but I don't know if you know this, but your dad was actually my father's instructor for a while. Did you know that?
I did know that. You and your brother Jason, we've had that chat before, so I knew it's small. The martial arts is a big world and a small world all at the same time. So now it's kind of come full circle.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. So you've been working on tons of stuff in our industry and also in the fitness industry, and I know you've had some new things going on recently. Some new launches. Can you tell us about what you've been up to lately as far as what you're doing to service the martial arts industry?
Well, I actually wrote a book called Bullyproof Fitness, which uses the martial arts to help kids get bullyproof and fit. And anybody that teaches martial arts for a living knows already that, it's not really about fighting, right? It's about building that confidence and self-esteem that comes from training. And kids get picked on more and more. You see it all the time in the news, on TV, everywhere, that, these kids are just being picked on all the time. So I'm a firm believer that the martial arts helps eliminate that, simply because it builds the self-confidence and self-esteem of the students. So if we can help more and more kids to get bully-proof by learning martial arts, that's great. And of course, fitness is a big component of that because, childhood obesity especially is in near epidemic proportion. And I'm really going around the country trying to do what I can to put an end to that. My goal is to help 1 million kids get fit, strong, and healthy by 2020. And with the help and support of people like yourself and other people in the industry, I think we're going to help achieve that goal.
That's awesome. I see you doing a lot to promote overall good health and fitness, whether it's sharing different recipes or promoting different exercises and stuff. So I think that's super important. Just being someone that's been to other countries, we definitely have an obesity problem in our youth, especially when you compare it to some of the other countries in the world. So I love what you're doing there. You also have sort of revolutionized the birthday party world for martial arts. And if you guys have not heard of B90Z or looked at the program, it is an amazing program that helps you not only to throw a kick-ass birthday party, but it also shows you how to actually turn those people coming into the birthday party into potential trials and potential students as well. How can people find out more about the birthday party system that you set up, Chris?
Well, it's the birthday party program is called B90Z. So our website is getb90z.com. So they can go there to learn more about it and see what we've done. And thank you for that. And I know you're a fan of it because I know you have it.
Yes.
And but listen, we recently hit a milestone. We just helped our 500th school achieve success with birthday parties. And like I said, we've got 12 locations here in Southern Cal. And we had been doing birthday parties for years. And us, like a lot of school owners around the country, would get the same results. People would come in, the kids would have a great time, the parents would say, that's the best birthday party ever that we've had, and then we'd try all the normal things to get them to sign up, and then nobody would sign up, and they would say, this is the best party ever, I loved it, you're a great teacher, and I would watch 10 to 20 kids just walk out the door. And it got to a point where it was so frustrating that I got tired of it. We knew what we were doing was great, they knew what we were doing was great, but there was a disconnect. There was something that wasn't right in the birthday parties. And most school owners that do birthday parties, they'll get 1 or 2 members, and that happened to us. And really by accident one time, I kind of stumbled upon the secret of how to book all of the kids in the party without selling, without hard selling, without trying to say, well, I want you to sign up for this and do that. We really came up with a magic secret formula that worked. And the first time it worked, I thought, well, that was an accident. And then we did it again, and then we perfected it, and it works like magic every single time. And that's what our party teaches school owners. It teaches them how to run the party the right way, how to set up the party the right way, what to say, what not to say, and really how to structure it in a way that the kids and the parents actually come to us and they're almost begging us to sign up before they leave. And it's been magic and miracles for martial arts schools around the country. We've helped, like I said, 500 schools now get these results. And it's been great. So Get B90Z is the website for people to go and check it out. And they can see I get tons and tons and tons of testimonials, and we're helping school owners around the country just create a business within a business because, right, people are now they're coming to your school and they're paying you to bring you leads, which is great because it's reverse marketing, right? Normally we got to advertise to spend all these dollars to get hopefully 2 or 3 people to sign up on a trial or 4 or 5 to sign up on a trial. But now with birthday parties, I can get a parent to pay me $300-400 and then bring me 15, 20, 25 hot leads that are coming to my school, not for karate class, but for a birthday party to have fun. So their mindset is completely different.
That's awesome. One of the things I really loved about your party the first time I heard about it, and still love about it, is that it's almost completely like done for you. I think that saves so much time for school owners besides giving great results, to have like a class plan for them, to have all the marketing materials, invitations, all that stuff, the artwork done. That's a huge time saver. So that's what really drew me to it as well. Now, question, staying on the topic of birthday parties. So I hear from some schools that do a phenomenal job and they're booked every single weekend for a birthday party. Then I also hear other schools that are having like the hardest time ever trying to get people to book birthday parties. Are there any secrets that you've discovered that sort of separate those two schools from having one that's struggling and one that's booking them every single weekend?
Yeah, actually we do. And the birthday party platform, one of the things we teach obviously in the thing is how to get those parties booked and how to set them up and get them in there in a way that makes people want to continue to book parties in the platform. But it's like anything else that you do. You've got to let people know that you offer birthday parties, and you've got to have the right platform for it. So within the system, within the program, there are email lead series that go out to your existing members to let them know about the birthday party and what it does. So we have a variety of ways to do it, and thank you, by the way, for saying kind things about it. And we did, for lack of a better term, we wanted to make the birthday party platform idiot-proof, right? So, like, if you can read, you can run B90Z easy. And even if you can't read, there's a video for every step of the process. So if you can watch a video, then you can learn how to run, and you'll learn all the secrets for success. So it's pretty cool. But so thank you for the kind words. And I'm a big fan of your work as well, the stuff that you're doing with the Parents' Night Out. I mean, I think that's really phenomenal stuff as well. And really, that done-for-you model has been successful. I've just given it to the managers and the instructors at my school, and they're able to run your Parent Side Out program. Like our Saber Wars that we're running this weekend is sold out, and has been sold out for over a week.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for putting that together as well. I'll give you a little plug, even though it's your show. I'm a big fan of your work as well.
Well, I appreciate it. Man, we should combine forces. Wink. All right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. All right, so moving on. Obviously, you've been in the martial arts industry for a long time. When you're talking to school owners, what would you say is one of the biggest challenges you hear the most from school owners, just with different problems they're having actually in the running of their business?
Well, I think it's two that become the most common thread. And one is the gaining of new members, and two is the keeping the existing members. And what happens is school owners will tend to focus on one rather than both things, and then they start losing them. So they're either getting them coming in the front door and having them run out the back door, or they're closing that back door, but they're having struggles getting them in the front door. So it's learning to find that happy mix of having just enough students coming in and keeping the students that you have.
Awesome. Now, are there any solutions that you could offer school owners maybe that are having trouble with the first one of getting students in the door?
Well, the first one is the most obvious that sometimes gets overlooked. You got to teach badass classes, right? There is no greater advertising tool than a happy customer. Now there's a difference between a happy customer and a satisfied customer. This is something I talk about when I get to go out and speak at mastermind events or talk at conventions and things. And that is, happy customers refer people, satisfied customers do not. So ultimately the goal is to make sure that you have happy, excited, raving fans as your students. And the only way that happens is teaching badass classes that leaves them wanting more, right? So excited. We have a saying here at Red Dragon that it goes like this: if you haven't taught your best class, you've taught your last class. And that just basically means that if you're not a dynamic instructor, you're not there giving it 110% of your effort and energy and enthusiasm while you're teaching, then those students aren't going to want to come back. And they're not going to tell you, oh, your class sucked and I'm not coming back to train. They'll give you the excuse, oh, well, we're just doing other things, or we're going to try this, or we're going to try that. What they're really saying is, your class wasn't exciting and motivating enough to make me want to keep coming back, and I'm not seeing the value. So really, the number one way to get more members and to keep existing members is to dedicate yourself to being the best instructor that you can be, being the best leader that you can be, that positions you as the place that they have to go to, not the place that they're supposed to go to.
That's awesome. I've heard numerous times, and I'm glad you started with the product on the mat first, because everyone always thinks marketing right away. But the best way to close down a crappy school that has awful product on the mat is amazing marketing, because everyone's going to go in there and see how awful it is, and then, as you said, word of mouth spreads. So I totally agree with your view on that, and I think that started off right, and I feel like it gets overlooked so much, so that's awesome. One of the things I also wanted to touch on, obviously, because I was one of the kids that grew up watching Saturday morning cartoons, and then every episode that ever aired of WMAC Masters, and if you guys don't remember that show, you have to find the rerun somewhere. It was like a cooler version of Power Rangers, because it was all like the top martial artists that you'd see at competitions and different things. Do you have any like cool stories about being on WMAC Masters that you could share with us?
I have a ton of cool stories from WMAC Masters. I don't know how many I can share though. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But yeah, the show was really cool because that was their concept, right? They wanted to take real martial artists and showcase the values that martial arts teaches and helps people with, but they didn't want to hire actors. They wanted to hire martial artists to do it, and it was really cool because they approached me and Mike Bernardo and a couple other guys when we actually, the year that all of us won at the Battle of Atlanta, I won the weapons grand, and Mike had won, and Hakeem Alston won the fighting grand championship. So they had come up to us and said, hey, we're thinking about doing a TV show featuring martial artists. Would you guys be interested? And we said, yeah. We had heard a couple people mention, things like that before. Oh, we're going to put you in this movie. We're going to do that, and nothing ever panned out.
Sure.
So we were like, yeah, we'll do it. And of course, nothing happened. And then like 3 months later, I got a phone call that said, hey, we are shooting that TV show we talked to you about, and it's going to be filmed at Universal Studios in Florida. Do you still want to do it? And I'm like, yeah, that would be cool. So it was really cool that they actually just took real martial artists to do it and to shoot the show about it. And thank you for watching. And I think actually now some of the episodes are on YouTube.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you just type in WMSC Master on YouTube, you can see some of the episodes there.
Yeah, man, I had all the action figures of every character when I was a kid. It was awesome. That was my Saturday mornings.
Right on, man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. So the other thing to sort of stay in with the show, your character was obviously Red Dragon. So did you get to choose your character name, or did they pick that for you?
Well, here's the cool part, because they had the idea for the show, but they didn't really have all the character names. Each of us had our different personality. It was great because they did pick a unique blend of people that all had something different to offer. But no, it was cool because they go, so what do you want your character to be called? And I go, can I call it anything? And they go, yeah. And I go, Red Dragon sounds good. They go, oh, we love it. We love Red Dragon. And when I called my dad and told him, I said, hey, guess what my character's name's going to be? And he went nuts. He was like, no way, they're going to like it. And boom, and it was great for our business. It was great for the studio, and it worked out well. There
you guys have it. You guys want to boost the attendance at your school, get on a TV show, and just name your character after your school. Easy. Yeah. All right, that's awesome, man. Now, Chris, one of the things that we like to do with all of our guests is we like to do some quick fire questions just for fun. Some of them have nothing to do with martial arts. Some of them have a lot to do with martial arts. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. What, in your opinion, is the biggest challenge in the martial arts industry, or the biggest problem in our industry right now?
Overweight instructors.
Thank you. I'm totally.
Sorry, listen, I'm just gonna stop you there. I'm really, I wrote that book, Bulletproof Fitness, but I have fitness programs for kids, Kick It Kids, and all that. But I am a huge proponent, and this rubs people the wrong way. But listen, I believe in leadership by example. You cannot be in a position of leadership in this industry, which is the fitness and health industry. I don't care what you think about martial arts. It's fitness and health. You can't be overweight and out of shape and tell me that you're going to teach me self-discipline and all these things that you don't have yourself. And I don't care. I'm 52 years old. I'm in the best shape of my life. So people go, I'm this age. I'm that age. That's, I don't know if we can curse on your podcast or not, but that is BS. If your program is so awesome and you teach such great classes, be the living, breathing example of that program.
And I always hear the other excuse with that too. I know this is sort of getting rid of the quick fire part, but the other thing I hear is I have a bad hip or a bad knee. I've seen so many instructors that have overcome different injuries or limitations and have still been in great shape. So it's just a limiting mindset in most cases.
Yeah, not only that, it's just, again, it comes down to self-discipline and focus, right? You might have a bad hip or a bad leg. Do you have a bad hand that you are feeding yourself with? Do you have a bad mouth that you're eating with? 90% of fitness is what you eat, right? So if you go, I can't do this, I can't do that, you sure can cut down on what you eat, or you can figure out a better way to eat and train and guide. That's why I post those recipes and do those things. So I'm a big champion proponent for getting the martial arts instructors in our industry to be fit, strong, and healthy, because that leadership, you could tell me how great everything is, but when you show me by being the living example of it, that says more than any word can say.
And Chris Casmassa just dropped the mic on the Level Up Lounge podcast. That was awesome. That was such a good answer. That made me so happy. All right, what's the number one book that you would recommend for our audience to go and read?
Ooh, that's a good one. I've read a few really good ones lately. I'm going to say The Ice Cream Maker by Sabir Chowdhury.
Such a good choice.
It's a bunch of good stories, and it's a great book on quality customer service.
That's awesome. Did you guys see that? Chris could have just said his own book, but he very humble.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, when you work out, what type of music do you work out listening to?
I'll tell you what I don't listen to, the theme song from Mortal Kombat. I hear that so much, it's crazy. But I love a bunch of different music. It all depends what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm aggro, I'm going to drop some POD or some Rage Against the Machine. If I'm feeling groovy, I like to play movie soundtracks. I know, crazy coming from a guy who does movies and TV shows, but like action movie soundtracks make just good background music for working out in. Nice. And of course, there's this dude who's got Level Up Music dropping some awesome mixes in there for workouts.
You know what we should do? We should do a Chris Casmassa training mix where you just like pick your favorite songs and we make a badass mix for you to share with everyone.
Hey, I'm down with that.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll put that together. So afterwards, I'll talk to you. We'll have you put a list of songs together, and we'll make a badass Chris Casmassa training mix.
I like it. Thank you.
Awesome, man. Yeah, my pleasure. Least I can do for you coming on the show. What's your favorite martial arts movie of all time?
Mortal Kombat. No, I'm just kidding. Well, listen, I'm a guy that likes the classics, right? One of the movies that inspired me to want to be in the movies was actually Enter the Dragon, right? And I think everybody who started martial arts a while ago, like Bruce Lee was my one of my other role models, and I was like, wow, that dude's badass. So I really, really enjoyed Enter the Dragon. I could pretty much recite every line, every word of that movie. I've seen it so many times. Listen, I was in Mortal Kombat, but it still holds up today. It's still a pretty good movie. Yeah. My other one, my sleeper martial arts movie, The Matrix, with Keanu Reeves.
I haven't heard that one yet on our show. That's a good choice, though.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I thought you did a great job. I loved the movie. It was really cool. So those are my three.
All right, awesome. Last one. Number one app on your phone that you can't live without.
App that I can't live without right now, Instagram. I think it's going to be, and I'm playing a little catch up here, but Instagram, the marketing potential, the reach potential Instagram has, I think in the next 3 years will surpass Facebook.
I could definitely see that because I think most of like teenagers, college kids are on Instagram much more than Facebook right now. So as they start having kids and getting older and they become the target market for most martial arts schools, I definitely agree with that. All right, last one. What's the one piece of technology that you use the most?
My MacBook Pro.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
I swear by mine too. Chris, it was an awesome interview. I still think you're the best answer for the biggest issue with the martial arts industry out of all of our guests so far. So we need to get you like a trophy or something. But
a trophy, yeah. Send all your hate mail and hate comments to Adam Kiefer at AdamKiefer.com.
They can send it there because I don't own that website, so it's cool. All right. Hey, thanks for taking out time, Chris, to spend with us in the lounge and answer some questions. And where's the best place for people to follow you?
I am on all the social media stuff, so they can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. It's all there. They can type in Real MK Scorpion to follow me on social media. Bulletproof Fitness, all those. Maybe you can drop some links in somewhere.
Yeah.
But all that's connected through my website. Although you don't own your name, I own mine. If they go to chriscasamassa.com, they can link out to pretty much any program or anything that we have to offer to help out people.
Nice. And Chris also likes it when you follow him in person as well. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Chris. I appreciate you taking the time out, man. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
All right. I'll catch you later. Man, I love it every time I get to talk to Chris. And one of the things that I really like about Chris is he doesn't like sugarcoat stuff. Like, I know talking about overweight martial arts instructors and like the physicality of that is something that a lot of people don't want to discuss, but I'm really glad he brought it up, as you could tell from our interview. But it's something that definitely needs to be addressed, especially if we're trying to be leaders for our students. So I really appreciate him jumping in with that. And guys, if you need any help in running a birthday party and doing it in a way that gets you new students, make sure you contact Chris. He's the guy to go to. Next, guys, I want to jump into our punch in the face segment.
Now it's time to take a punch in the face.
All right, in today's punch in the face segment, I am going on a rant of something that's driving me crazy, and it sort of stemmed from a conversation I had with a school owner this week, but it's something that I've seen trending in our industry. So one of the things that we've been doing in our Level Up Martial Arts Community Facebook group is we've been breaking down the entire 6-week trial process and giving tips and even done-for-you content on how to make the process easier and create a really good relationship with all of your trial members and their parents, making sure that it's consistent throughout each week and that you're delivering value week after week. And I was talking to a school owner who had some questions. And one of the things she said, well, yeah, this is awesome. I love these systems. I can't wait to get it started after the new year. So I was like, well, why are you waiting until the new year to start it? Well, I figured it'd be easier. That makes no sense. If it's something that is going to benefit your school and benefit your staff and make everyone's lives easier and also enhance the value and relationship building in your school, why would you postpone that? There's so many times that I see school owners get really great information on something that can really help them to improve their school. And they say, yeah, we're just going to wait to implement this until this happens, or we're just waiting until this time to start doing this. Stop it. Because when you do that, guys, it's not going to happen. Other things are going to come up. Other things are going to get in the way, and you're going to be average, right? For all the people that say, those are the people that are okay with being average, okay? They're addicted to it. They're so used to saying, I'm gonna all the time and not implementing that it's become habit for them, and they don't even notice it. Screw your gonna, just do. Just implement, just take action, and stop waiting for everything to fall in place perfectly. Just get it done. If you guys implement it right away and take action on it right away, it gives you more time to perfect the process and systems for your school and more time to train your staff and communicate it with them. Stop waiting, start taking action. Rant over. Sorry guys, had to get that off my chest, but I felt like it was needed for everyone to hear. That's a business owner. And I've been guilty of it in the past, guys, where I say, well, I'm going to wait for this. And I've just gotten to the point where, I don't wait for things anymore. If someone wants to work on a service or a product with me and team up on me and they're not doing their part, I don't wait. I just do it, guys. And it's the same thing with any systems that you're implementing in your business. Stop waiting, just take action on it. Guys, thank you for tuning in and listening to this episode of the Level Up Lounge. We're really excited for the user base to be growing week after week, and we hope you're getting a lot of great content, and we will see you guys again after the holidays. Have a great day.